George, you've got Yango and Galacticos. Having on there, and Luck, hold on, is that the Killfeed just catch it up? That is, I believe, Zuzi Machine unfortunately does go down there as well. So Liquid and Rise are still alive and kicking, but doesn't look like Genesis Dogma now starting to fight back as they move towards the beachfront. They're just going to try and hold the outside for the time being. Apologies, just feel 1,000 messages. All right, righto. So we've got this all. Just still chilling for the time being. It does look like next 3 year, unfortunately, they're now down to 3 year after Uzi Machine. Unfortunately, it was just eliminated. But yeah, obviously, miss. 2-man squad getting a kill early on BTR. So that was clearly Broly did manage to get the elimination on 2-1. So BTR off to a super rough start. But Lord from Yangon Galacticos now starting to move into Georgia. Crane's actually starting to get fairly close to Bad Blue. Bad Blue, another team that I haven't actually spotted out before, I believe, coming out of Pakistan. You see these guys, they are getting themselves organised with the vehicles for the time being. We've got the good old Tesla skin happening at the moment. So really that quite in game. I'll say that. So it looks like they're actually going to disable that one. So I believe the car was no good. But yeah, most of the teams now starting to get organised as phase 1 does close. Obviously, Genesis Dogma, they have managed to get themselves out of remorse, albeit 2 players short. But let's have a quick look at Astral Academy's positioning for the second. So it looks like they're possibly going to take one of the choke points around the centre zone. They're going to push out to the gas station, or that's going to be the compound just to the south that they will look to hold. But you see, top is going to be there on the other bridge to put the pressure on these teams as they do push in. But Nabita unfortunately does get caught out. It's going to be Ultrax now starting to pop up from Getso Esports. But Loxy unfortunately is going to be done in response. So Ultrax does look to pull back and get that revive. Where is Prone though? So Prone, a lot further south at the moment. Just trying to get some angles out. But with players down on both sides, we're going to see a little bit of a reset happen before we see any real big pushes. I guess Train to Kill, they could probably actually just about push this one across the other road. You've got the big Overwatch position coming out from Pro 9 down south, but if they come in from the rear, there's a good chance that they might be able to make some plays that will pay off. So Rice and Liquid still fairly separated at the moment, possibly about to run in to Myth here. So you can see Hosem spots out the other vehicle in the distance, but isn't able to get shots on. But Blue now in a lot of trouble as they rock up on to Astra Academy. No, Astra with 1 down. It's going to be Action. It's currently down at the moment. Top now pushing in as well, and it looks like they're going to push into that higher ground position while Pickett goes in on the low side. So you've got Team Wolf on the back line now looking to push on up as well. Will he look to get a confirm on the top? What a spray coming out there. That Team Wolf unfortunately does get eliminated, but Blue almost finished off as 1 left standing. It is just Zabayan left up, and I believe they were actually just eliminated. So Bad Blue unfortunately going out in 17th position. So Parox, they're going to be coming in from the Stallborough area. It looks like they might actually end up running in to Lag Esport at Little Yasnaya. Blacklist International, they're just staying on the outside at the moment, but they've been pretty blessed as well for the time being, with an airdrop happening right near them, right up north. But Rejects, unfortunately, at the moment, they do have a team pushing in from behind. That team, of course, is Gig Fam. So you can see Lufa just sort of scouting out. He doesn't want to continue moving on and grouping up with his squad, but looks like he may just chill for the moment. So join me, yellow. They're going to be riding the blue in on this one as zone does continue to trend in a northerly direction. So it looks like we'll definitely be on the north side of the map. The south side of Roshawk is the south side of zone. It's extremely unlikely that it's going to head all the way back down to there, but a lot of teams now starting to converge on to Saverni, Astra Academy on the move, Rejects on the move. We've got Yang on Galacticos. But I feel for Pro 9 at the moment. He is about to be overrun with teams, I feel. Obviously, out there on his lonesome as Astra Academy now start to push into this compound. So we've got Pika here. So Prone is literally just chilling here. Will he be spotted out? Obviously, the players could have maybe spotted him out. So no, Prone, he gets someone running right on top of him here, but didn't actually spot him out. What is going on here? It's Pika, I believe. No, so Prone, unfortunately, he does get caught out. He will be eliminated. Getso will now go down to two players. So super tough positioning, and as you can see, Getso, they've managed to push one back in to Saverni. That's Loxy, but it's going to be extremely rough for these guys. So around the southern side at the moment, it's pretty busy as well. It's getting hot and heavy with Locker and Nostra now trying to pull in on that southern side. So BTR leaving it very late. You've got a lot of teams outside of zone at the moment that are extremely close to each other. Pika, unfortunately, does go down. Yang on Galacticos actually rolling on up. So action, unfortunately, has been taken down. He is super low. Two down for Astra Academy as Top looks to put pressure on from the high side, the southern side. So Pika now back up on his feet, but action has been eliminated. Scry did manage to get that revive. So Top left to hold this one down, while the rest of the squad is in the other compound down below. So Top, is he going to be able to get out of this position? It's going to be extremely tough considering that vehicle is done for. You can see we do have Yang on Galacticos already repositioning at the moment. They are looking to get above here. So you can see the other marker just now starting to come in to play. So Top trying to pull back, but it looks like possibly a third party is now putting the pressure on as well. And unfortunately, Top is going to go down to Geek Fam's a baby. So two left now for Astra Academy. Unfortunately, getting just picked off after moving into zone early on and looking to pick a few fights. So I think, yeah, we should be all good. Sound-wise now, everyone. Is everyone all good? Yep, cool. I think we're all good. Hopefully we're all good. Someone send me a quick message to say we're all good. But righto. So we've got rejects coming in from the other southern side still, but Join Me Yellow, they have managed to find themselves in a position. BTR now looking to make their move as well, while the Blacklist still just chill on out right on the edge of blue. So next Riga, not playing super aggressive on this one. I've seen them play a couple of... it's a new team to me coming out from Turkey that I haven't seen a lot of, but last week or so I've seen a couple of games from these guys. And I feel like they're a extremely strong team, so I'm going to be curious to see how they do go tonight. But, YG, obviously, Tamio just trying to get the vehicles in order for the time being, so they can't get tagged up as we wait to see where phase 3 of the match does go. Right. Oh, big shots coming out from AK. Takes down Scry. It looks like they will look to go for the push on this with Astra Academy down to just two players, Scry and Pika. Last two standing. This could be a absolute disaster for Astra Academy. So Pika does manage to get that revive. We'll look to get some nays out. These guys, I've seen some great defensive plays come out, but it's pretty hard to defend when you've got a whole story full of mollies. So he gets one, but unfortunately Pika, he's going to be eliminated. It's going to be Sick that will manage to finish him off. Astra Academy taking early exit, going out in 15th position. 14 teams now remain, and 41 players left alive as we head on over towards Saverni, or south of Saverni. for phase 3 of the match. Show me yellow. Looks like they could be in a little bit of trouble. We've got Smoss that is currently it's going to be Joseph that will be down at the moment. Smoss and Pmwi holding down the gas station for the time being. Still inside the zone. Paros still yet to come in from that obviously eastern side, but they do have Orange that'll be coming in behind those guys fairly soon as well. So Ryzen now starting to come into play, does manage to take down Locker Nostra. MVP's will as Pmwi takes a few shots at Locker Nostra. So let's have a quick look at what's happening with BTR. So it's all up to Ryzen here. He does have a little bit coming on the other side of the road. He's out in the open at the moment as he looks to spot out Locker Nostra in the distance. Spots out the vehicles, doesn't spot out any players as yet. He's got such a slight incline in front that we might see a few shots coming his way. It's going to make life pretty difficult for Ryzen to be able to rotate out of this position. So where's he? The car's looking at the second rider, so he does have one just behind him, so he should be able to push on out, but he's Locker Nostra do smoke up. BTR Ryzen will need to move, and it looks like now is going to be the time to do so. Will he run into Orange play in the process? Is the real question here. It's obviously trying to push up north a little bit. So Lag Silk unfortunately goes down, so some long shots coming out. That's that Saverni hanger with Orange play. Getting some big shots out. So you can see we've got Astrox with the mini. Unfortunately just tagging the fence. The first shot would have been a good shot. But Mizuki, absolute beast of shots coming out from Astro X. And it looks like the push may actually now come in from Orange play. You can see they are pushing into that position. You've got Pop on the front line. Lights up a nade. Will it connect? It's looking pretty good at the moment. So unfortunately, it does fall that little bit short of the warehouse, but the players weren't right on that front line of the warehouse as Lag now looks to get defensive. They pull right back. I guess they've really got to be wary that don't get partied as well in the distance coming out from the west. But obviously returning a few nades for the time being. We've got Astrox that's moved right up on that front line, but right Sky in spots one. It is going to be a Mayu C. They get spot. Some good shots coming out. Will force Mayu C to get another heal off. Let's have a quick look at the perspective from Lag and see how they are faring. I do like that they've grouped right up and got themselves in a really strong defensive position, but they are starting to rain down those nades on to Orange player Mayu. Now looking to push right up as well. So spots out the smoke, looks to just absolutely rain a barrage of nades down. So many nades going down now. But just not finding those players, it seems. Surely one of them's got to get it. That's going to be Popov that goes down. Astrox looks to flee the situation after going down to one tap. He is in a lot of trouble here. Can he get into cover without getting tagged down? No, unfortunately he can't. And Orange play now down to just one player. So unfortunately that push was a bit of an F. But that's how it goes. It is only Scrims, of course. The main show is coming up in the next couple of days with the Pmwi. Righto, so Mitch Hosen, what's going on here? Is he going for a bit of a heal strategy? We're inside that. He's only got 2 first aids left, so I can't really leave it too much longer. But it looks like we could be in for sort of a shooting range finish, or at least out to the eastern side. So Yangon Galacticos, they'll be extremely happy with the way this zone has gone, holding out that east bunker for the time being. So they haven't had to move for a fairly long time. So Getso, though, looking to establish themselves in a very, very central position on the edge of shooting range, as next rear have actually moved in shooting range. Obviously, Regex on that southern side with joining the yellow now, looking to push on up, but Smoss unfortunately is going to get caught on the rotation. Will go down, and Pmwi almost suffering the same fate, but will manage to find a dip, I believe. But under a lot of pressure there, obviously, from Team 9 in the distance. So Yangon now starting to get a little bit of pressure put on as they look to take down Team 7. That's Blacklist International, last remaining player that has managed to find themselves a nice little shack inside a zone. But Kimberley's still just managing to hold it down. Let's check out next Ruger. See what they can do from a distance in the shooting range area. See so many teams are going to be open right up. There's going to be plenty of angles that will come in very, very soon. So Paradox on the northern side. We have got what do I always say it's called? It's Genesis Dogma coming in from the northeast. So a few teams opting for the to ride the blue in BTR Horizon is going to be one of those, but Azrael does get taken down. Unfortunately, that's going to be the end of Sky and Nino as well. So a couple of players still yet to come in to zone. So Gitzo, solid position as zone continues to go back across the shooting range. So 3 teams in. It's going to be next Rio. We've got Join, Me, Yellow, and clearly Gitzo. So Paradox will be coming in from the north and not far away. But unfortunately for Yangon Galacticos, they are going to need it to leave their hole of safety. They had the nice little bunker. But Loch Nostra, they've moved early. They have managed to establish themselves a position on the western side of shooting range. They're going to have a few tips. They're going to be able to sort of play around. It's going to really depend on where this next zone goes, I think, as to how a lot of these teams do fare. Let's have a quick look at Young Galacticos and see what they can do from here. Obviously, they've got a fairly tough push in now as they've got a lot of teams that are in front. As Azrael now looks to make his move into a zone. Pushing up with Gibby. But Gibby, unfortunately, does get caught out. Paradox, possibly that shift just a little bit early for those guys on the backside of that hill. And it's Blacklist International that's put a lot of pressure on it there with the open angle. And obviously, we'll be coming in fairly late. But Joe Mielo now starting to put the pressure onto next Ria. Let's jump back on to Galacticos, I believe. So they look to put the pressure on. I'll jump on a Getso, actually. You can see, right, so Lag, obviously pushing it on up. Loxy putting a lot of pressure on Joella now, managing to take down Alicia from Loch Nostra MVP. We've got 13 remaining, 30 players left alive. We're definitely getting in to the pointy end of the sweaty match. Anyway, that's for sure. We've got a lot of players in this size zone. So Yangon Galacticos do manage to get themselves just inside. Paradox. You see Hazard, last one standing now. Unfortunately, Queen has been taken down. He's got smokes up. The revive about to come out. But we will see pressure put on from next through. It doesn't look like they will push on out in that direction. Still a couple of players to come in from behind. But Genesis Dogma now looking to make a move as well as Reject. They'll be coming in. Going in for a big slam on to the south side of Millibase. Big notes coming out. Lufa, unfortunately, almost gets caught out by that one. Will need to get a first aid out in just a moment. It obviously drops a few smokes first. The Black Tire, unfortunately, does go down. That's going to be Blacklist eliminated. Sarah now to pressure. Unfortunately, is falling apart at the moment with the Geek Fan putting so much pressure on Rejects on this southern side. So, 2 minutes, what here? For Geek Fan, they've got the big dogs. They've got the M249, so they're putting a ton of pressure on. Divine goes down. It actually looks like Rejects have been eliminated. Geek Fan, they're up to 3 kills so far. So, Loch Nostra MVP. 2 up, 1 down for the moment. As Zone goes over towards the main area of shooting range. Next, Ria. They've got the only compound inside of Zone. Genesis Dogma. Obviously, I do like their split that they actually got. Nisal, that'll be able to put a lot of pressure on it to Loch Nostra, but Yangon and a lot of teams are going to really be struggling to make their way in from the eastern side. Loxy now looks to make a move, but he is the sides of a law with the M249. How are those shots not connecting? Loxy finally gets found, and GS will now go down to 1 as Sek looks to get the run over. Ultrax flies back, he gets Sek down, goes for the instant thirst. And they're up to 6 kills so far. So Lord gets taken up through the smoke. We've got a lot of shots coming over with third party. Unfortunately, Ultrax doesn't find Lord though and will be eliminated. Getso do get taken out in a nice position. Geekfan now going to really struggle to get inside of zone. But Rude, last one standing, unfortunately, that's going to be Geekfam eliminated. 6th position, 5 teams now remaining, 11 players left alive. Nissel, unfortunately, has been called out by Loch Nostra and has been taken down. 1 left up for Genesis Dogma. That is going to be Booms. See what he can do from here. Apparently, we won't. he's putting a lot of pressure on to Lochanostra. He has managed to take them down a while, but Lochanostra, they've already moved. They've got themselves inside this next zone where nobody else has as yet. Paradox now looking to push on to next Ria. They're living the dream with that building. But they will have to move out fairly soon. So big nades coming out from Hazard. Unfortunately, he doesn't manage to hit the mark with the first. Will the second count? You've got Recent that is in the side set. Queen still just holding it down. But next, Riga really not willing to move on out. Well, if we've got someone in behind, I think that's a smart play. They do need to clear those two players from Paradox before they can push on out. But they're going to be getting forced out in just a few moments, 10 seconds approximately, until this next zone starts to close as they continue to use the utilities, continue to put the pressure on to Paradox. Hunter goes down on the other side. Genesis Dogma putting a lot of pressure on to Lochanostra, and he actually eliminates them. That's Lochanostra MVP, eliminated in 5th position. 4 teams now remaining. Queen, unfortunately, has been caught out for Paradox, so it's all up to Hazard. We've just got to Kimley. That's left up, just creeping around on the other southern side of the zone, but fairly well safe there. But Join Me Yellow. Hazard, unfortunately, gets caught out. That's going to be next. Ria going into the final stage of this zone. 3-man strong. It's a 3v1 of v1 as Aimbot goes down. 2 have been taken down. Nexium, last one standing here. So it's a 1v1 and booms on absolute fire for Genesis Dogma. Eliminates another. That's next Ria. Taken out in 3rd position as booms. 7 kills so far. He's on fire. He's just got one player left up. He gives away his position, obviously, to Kimley from Join Me Yellow. You can see over just snaking this one out outside of zone as well. We'll need to push in very soon. Will they be able to get in front at the moment with booms with that higher ground position? That could make Kimley extremely vulnerable. So booms looking to get some nades in, obviously just clearing a couple of positions that he thinks the other players might be in. So who's it going to be? Is it going to be Genesis Dogma or Join Me Yellow? 1v1, obviously, booms away. He's been going. It'd be a shame for him to miss out on this one, but M762 for Kimley, I think that's may have been a bit nerfed, but booms does manage to get in. So it's a 1v1. Why is Join Me Yellow not actually alright? So it's denying the kill, so I didn't think they could win that fight, unfortunately. That's a bit unusual, to be honest. It's a 1v1.